I'm in here. Actually, I'm looking on this side. I'm here on a collar tie. He's on a collar tie. Okay, one of my favorite things of how to clear off a collar tie, other than using elbow control, is I like to go back and get the wrist. Okay, and then from this wrist, I use the wrist to lead into a lot of underhooks. Okay, so my underhook series and all kinds of stuff all lead into this. So from here, okay, I'm in a tight position right here. A little bit outside the box is I'm going to shift my head instead of into his neck. I'm going to shift my head into his elbow to get space. Right here. Okay? So I can only do this really when I'm down in my stance too. That's also the good thing about this, is that when I'm down in my stance. So I shift my head into his elbow. Now from here, as I'm shifting my head, I'm using my forearm on that far side to get space. Okay? I'm using my forearm to get space on the other side. A lot of guys kind of asked about Chris Perry, you know, in his hand fight with Howe. Okay? This is what we did to beat his hand fight. Okay? So if you have a heavy hand fighter, if you tend to get inside on a heavy hand fighter, they don't know what to do because they don't really know their elbow controls or anything. So if you're able to clear their tie and get back to your tie, okay, it's real beneficial. But if you let them sit in their tie, they'll wear your ass plumb out. Okay, so being able to clear their tie and get back to your tie is something that's a skill in itself. So right here, I'm showing you guys how to clear his tie and get back into your control or your tie. So we're in here, we're collar tie. I'm going to kind of shift my head into that elbow. From here, I'm getting space. I'm going to come back to the wrist. What you got to watch for your guys is him grabbing too high at the forearm, okay, or taking his fingers and pulling it down. If I take these fingers and pull it down, I clear it, but I don't really have another setup move to go to. So from here, my head shifts in, I take that wrist and I roll it right off the top of my head. Now if you see, I got space. Now from here, as I roll it, okay, I roll it over the top of my head and I'm turning it. As I'm turning it, that hand's shooting through. Boom! Right into my underhook. Right here. All right? So from here, we're in that collar tie situation. My head turns into that forearm right here, or into that elbow crack. As it's turning, it's getting space. I'm using my forearm to get space. All right? Notice I'm down in my stance. It doesn't work with my head up. It doesn't work with my head up. I can't take it off my head. So from here, my head rolls in, I shove, I get space. As I'm rolling from here, I'm going right into my underhook. Bam! Right to it. I step right to it. Okay? I can have head position or I could be up here. Okay? Now the first move we're going to go into, okay, I always like is to go into a front head. Because from here, it creates action. So from here, I'm going to take my leg that I'm led with, I stomp. Okay? I can stomp. I don't even take my hand down off the head to shove. I stomp, I pull back, and I snap. Right here. All right? So even if I was a right leg lead and we collar tie were clammed up, I shift my head. Okay, I shift my head into that side. I roll that wrist off the top of my head. From here, bam, I grab that underhook. All right, as soon as I take that underhook, I just show twist legs. I get that stomp. As I stomp, he pulls it back, I snap, and I get an angle. Here, snap, I move, bam, move it. Okay, so come out, grab corner, come out, feet. I get a collar tie, your collar tie to collar tie, here. Okay, how many times you hate your wrestler going, get out of ear to ear? I shift my head into that elbow, roll it off, bam, get right to it. Okay, from that front head, I'm stomping that inside leg. You'll probably end up doing your left leg.
So is it going to be this leg?
Yeah, because remember, the next thing you're going to do is a shot. So bam, stomp, back, move. Yep, move to that side. Okay, now from here, when he grabs a hold of me, here, my head moves. See how I take my shoulders up? Okay, so one thing, when he grabs you, also, whenever a guy grabs you, you gotta act like someone just came up behind you and slapped you on the back. You know, anyone ever come up behind you, scare you, snap in your back, you're like, ah! You know, so when a guy grabs a hold of my head, I make that neck short. And now from here, I get space. I use my head, I shimmy my head, and I create space here. I don't just get long and just try and back out of it, or even there. I get space. So whenever Keaton grabs me, okay, I shrug my shoulders, especially if you grab a collar tie. I shrug my shoulders. Here, I start shoving and I come back to the hand, to that wrist. I don't want to be here. I can't do it. I shove, I roll off that wrist. As I'm rolling, I don't even change. Bam! Here. As I take, bam, snap, move, 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 move. Hit that corner when I go behind. Okay? That's how you wear on a person too. Not by just swinging your hand, but you snap a guy down to his hands 4 or 5 times a match, and it won't go to your head again. Okay, so again, roll the wrist, Keegan, going in, roll wrist, underhook, and as you can see how you're righty, just go boom. Step that left leg in. Alright? Roll the wrist, turn it, snap. Hit your hand. Okay, another thing, great. You know, when you have partners and you're trying to do it, try to do it, you know, give me a good partner feel. When he digs an underhook on the easy, this is why you screw up on your ties. Because you just need to keep that all the time. So you're in here wrestling. This guy digs an underhook, your hand's up here. You get down. Okay, get down and then put it out. This is you press like this. Trying to pull up that underhook all the time. Alright? So when he digs an underhook, give him a feel. You know, most likely I'm going to clamp down and try to get away from him. See how he's over the top of his head? If he's over the top of my head like that, I'm going to go, whoa, I'm going to throw you by. So as soon as he digs an underhook on me, here, I'm here. I'm trying to get out of this damn thing. You know, I'm not doing this. Like, I'm going to go out and hang out with him, go for a walk, or hit a headlock, which I know you can do. Okay, so get down, you know, get out of it, flee out of it. All right, so you dig that underhook, my head's dropping, Ethan. I'm getting it down. Roll the wrist, bam. There, see how it's down, snap, angle. Good. Now, the only thing, don't close your head. That's it. See how these guys are going behind? No, watch. They do it. Watch them. Pretty good. Watch. Watch. They get under, they snap as they're going on. You see their hand on top of their head? Pretty good. Yeah, keep going like that. Roll it, roll it. Snap. Oh, there. Good. Here's another thing they do really well. Is that if they start going around and the guy's spinning, they'll come back to the other side. Watch go do it. As they're here, watch him roll wrist. Boom, snap, boom. As they're moving, boom. Yeah. They're pretty athletic. I thought you were an athlete. I thought I was too. Okay, now, hey, one other thing. When you grab my head, it's hard for me to just kind of shove. Get a little bit of that angle. Always kind of get the angle. So as soon as someone grabs my head, I move. You know, here to here. Okay? So as soon as he grabs you, just go back into the wall. I can't do this, it's too heavy. And then now you shove. Oh, you see that? Okay, so now you take that wrist, you take that arm. Boom! Jack it up. As soon as they jack it up, I feel it. And I start fleeing. That's why when they flee, you don't have to show the leg. You can just boom! Right down. Alright, go. We just did it. Shift, roll. Back, boom, angle. Good. Watch the back. Did you see Z versus who was the heavyweight?
Last year? Nelson.
Z was beating Nelson in the finals about 45 seconds before the final. 45 seconds at the end of the match. He had a front head going around the waist. If he took him down, he would have been up by 3. He went here. Nelson backed out. Slipped off at the end of the match because it's slippery. Guys spun behind him and won. That's why you don't ever go to the waist. Z and Tony Nelson. Okay, so when I go behind, okay, I'm going to that button. And also, if I miss a button and run out, I always got my problem. Okay, go get it. Shift the head. Get down in your stance. Get down in your stance. Boom. She grabs the hold of the head. Shift and move. Boom. Boom. Snap. Bang. That's it. It's a habit you gotta break. Listen, I had that habit too. I always had it too. If you go to the hip, it's gotta be like real short. It's a freestyle habit because guys go tripod and you're allowed to lock your hands. So when you go, go to that butt. Sorry guys, I'll see something now. Go, Ethan. Good. Both you guys, both groups. Now, when you get it, I want it, boom, boom, boom. You know, I want it kind of moving now. So if I'm in here and he grabs me, he grabs a hold of me, I hit it. Boom, bam. In, out, go. You know. All right, make that the motion. All right. So 2 more times each. There you go. Roll it, roll it, roll it. Very good, good. Jerk them down. When you kind of skid there and they get here, give that jerk so they hit the forearms. There you go, good. All right, break. Next move, next move. Here. Okay, so part of the system. This is why I like this system a lot. Okay, so I get from that underhook, and snap him down that front head. Well, this guy feels it, or I don't fully cover it. Okay, or I cover it, I don't fully get him down. Okay, you're wrestling a bigger guy. They stop, and you can feel them coming up. Okay, so from here, I roll that wrist. Okay, I'll do it on this side, or I'll do the key in here. I roll the wrist, bam! I fake snap here. Okay, I feel him kind of going. He comes up, I let go of the head. I'm going off of that underhook. I'm ducking to my high crotch. Here, bam! I can change to my double leg. Okay, I may be able to slip right behind him, or I can slip high him up in the air. Okay, so I got that underhook. There's the guard. Here, roll that wrist off. Here, fake snap. Boom, he comes up, high crotch, bam. He's off. And always start looking for your turks and your cradles on those double legs. Okay, it's a good opportunity to get extra feet to back. All right, underhook, fake snap, comes up, high crotch. Gotcha. Roll it off, bam, fake snap, boom, he comes up, bam. This is what you're great at, man. You're great at your underhooks, you're great at your ducks, you're great at your knees. You've got a lot of skill with it. That's why I'm so. Bam. Good. 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 It flows. Okay, so you're looking for a system that flows. All right. You're looking for a system that flows. So you'd be surprised. I mean, yeah, these guys are Division I wrestlers, and these guys are well-groomed, you know, kids growing up. But you know, anything you put time into, you can really work with the kids awesome. You know, and if you give them something simple of 3, 4, 5 moves, or 3 moves that run off the same tie, you know, that's why a lot of people teach inside ties, because it's an easy system to teach. You get inside tie, raise, high crotch, sweep single leg, front head. It's a pretty easy system to teach. Okay, that's why elbows are a little bit harder, because you tend to be a little bit more, you have to be a little more athletic to do it. Okay, so other guy. There you go. Roll it off. Same side, same wrist. Go ahead. Go from that side. That's the side I want you to do it to, anyways. Roll it, bam, fake snap. Fake snap first. Okay, then do it to the other side. Roll it. Fake snap. Fake snap first, Ethan. Fake snap first. Cover the front head. Underhook. Fake snap. Comes up. Boom. You can see, I think it's called Ethan. Takes it time. I don't know what time we're at. Do it again. Yep. Yeah, 1, 2. Here, stop. Do it like that. I want you to cover it. I want you to cover the head. Cover the head like you're on scoring from the head.
Do or don't?
Do.
Oh.
Do. All right. I know you can. Roll off. Good. All right, great. Okay, so you get a little bit of a system there of a front head. Okay, he pops up to high crotch. Okay, then also kind of going into your inside trip. This is where it kind of starts getting a little bit more advanced. Okay, so from here, I take that, I have that wrist here, I roll it, bam, I jam that front head, or that underhook. Here, bam, I get that front head. As he's popping up, I let that head pop up, I jump right into my inside trip. Here, boom, right to his back. Okay? So from here, you'd be surprised. I'm here, bam, I take snap, boom, he comes up. I'm moving his head. As I'm moving his head, I'm moving my feet here, here. I move, bam, straight into it. Okay? So as I'm clubbing, as I get to that inside trip, I fake snap. Okay, this is when it takes a good partner because the partner's got to come up, and this is where a little bit of athletic ability steps in. I pop that head, I jump out to that side. You also can do this where you just kind of just jump right into it from here. Okay, so if I'm here and I dig that underhook here, I just come move right into it. Okay, but I like to add kind of that third thing. Okay, where you're snapping that front head, he pops out, you're going to your inside trip. All right, try it. You can do it, I believe it. Here, do you need me to show you? You need me to show you?
Yeah.
Come on, little guys. Little wrist, big snap. Cover, pops up, bam. Okay, you got it? You can do it. Roll that wrist, bam, big snap, as you move, bam. That's it. You see, that's why I like that jump out to the side is huge. Okay? Even this time, instead of even covering his front head, roll the wrist and just move him and then hit the inside.
You just want me to roll it?
Roll the wrist to your underhook.
Yeah.
Instead of snapping, just step to the side and go right into it.
Off the underhooks?
Yes. Roll it. Boom. There. Boom. Good. 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 There you go. Good. Show. Boom. There you go. That's it. That's it, Keegan. Yes. Yeah. Very good. Good. There you go. We're having a little fun. Yeah. That's it. So I like switch on your own. I like kind of throwing out this trip stuff because it's not inside the box kind of wrestling. Okay, it's a little bit outside the box, and when wrestling gets boring, you're able to kind of have these kind of moves, to do. It's pretty fun kind of thing to do. Step inside the ring. There you go, good. Yeah, that's it. Not bad for a TV. Good, good, good. There you go, good. Roll it. There you go, good. All right, break. Okay, so then there's one more thing, kind of to feel when a guy stops your inside trip. Okay, how to be able to kind of flip your hips and kind of go into the throw from here. And this is where it gets a little bit more kind of advanced too. Okay, so from here, okay, what happens sometimes is guys hold you up on your inside trip. Okay, I'm not able to sag. Okay, so it's something kind of add to it. So, you have your underhook, you have your front head, he pops up, you have your high crotch. Okay, you have your underhook, you have your front head, you have your inside trip, you have underhook, move to your inside trip. Okay, so you got a little bit of system there. Okay, I go into that inside trip, he holds me up this time. Now I start to change. So I'm here, I'll bam, I snap, boom, he pops up, I go here. You see how he kind of holds me up there. Now from here, I turn my body, okay, and I take him this way. So say I'm here and he starts pulling his leg back or he's holding me up, I change my foot, I jump. And I can step and throw. Okay? Or I can even drop that hand down to the leg and lift them up. So if I'm in here, I cover and I get to here, he pops up, and I go here. I'm down here like this. See how he's holding me up? Now I take everything the other way. I change my foot, I raise, and I throw him off. Me there. Bunch of little guys go. I just showed this one before practice, so here, change, that's it. step in and turn. And now if I'm up high, you know this one. If I'm up high, even just going here. Okay? Try it on either. Sorry. Yeah, start from that underhook. Start from that wrist roll. Go through kind of the system. Wrist roll, underhook, front head. He comes up, trip. He holds you up, turn. Now hop that front leg. Good. Now when you turn, see it's hard to do when you're split. So I'm in here, I'm hopping forward. I jump that foot in. Boom, and throw it up. Use that hamstring and that ass. Roll it. Boom, big front head. Comes up. Boom. You hold it, jump that foot, inside foot, one. Boom. There you go. Good, right down to that ground. Okay, good. And it's just like, you know, you start to play in here and you start to feel different things. Because even if I go to throw him there, and even if I'm in here, and I roll, and I snap, and I get to here, and I go to throw him here, and he jumps out of it, I got him back in the front head. And I'm moving around. Okay, so all those moves kind of tie together with it. Okay, so kind of feel that. Play around in there. Play around in there, little guys. You see that? How he pulls out? Pull, front head. There you go. Good. Roll behind. Good. That's it. That's it. You ain't done that? You ain't done that. There you go. He's out. He's out. Good. Easy. Get off your butt. Good. Yeah, that's good though. Keep pulling all this out. So, good. Break. So that's kind of a little bit of an underhook kind of series to show you guys of just different type of moves, different type of a thing that you start to get guys, you know, sometimes it's weird because you get moves like this and then all of a sudden the kid gets interested in wrestling too, you know, because it's something unique. And really, honestly, sometimes you get them to do it and they win matches because of it, you know. I know when I was in high school, I wrestled at Blair Academy, and when I was there, I was wrestling guys that were kind of bigger than me. Okay, it's like as a freshman, there was a really good guy at 140, and there was a really guy at 145. So the only spot for me in the lineup was at 152. Okay, and I knew that when I was wrestling some of these guys, that they were so big that if I got underneath them on a shot, I was getting crushed. Okay, so I had to use, like, you know, mobility and how to move and how to create angles. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I was able to hit inside trips on the bigger guys than I was hitting a single leg or some other stuff. And so I think that's why I took a liking to inside trips and that kind of stuff, because it wasn't a threat kind of move too. Like, especially now, there's times, and your athletes could be smart, that if they go for an inside trip and they fall there back and get pinned, they're like, oh, I went for a coach. It's like, no, you just wanted to go home, you know? So there's guys that are good actors where they go for an inside trip and just, you know, flat off on their back. You know, I got pinned because I went for a move. It's like, I see this, you know. But you know, after a while, they start seeing the move works. Okay, you know, you're able to hit these guys with the moves. You know, and all of a sudden they start liking wrestling. They get a taste of winning, and all of a sudden they're like, I want to actually kind of do this sport a little bit more. Okay, so those kind of areas right there, kind of out of our underhook series, kind of setting up your over and unders, kind of the mechanicals of an inside trip, moving them into an inside trip, using your underhook, okay, into some moves. Any kind of questions with that?